Hi, welcome to Miss Annette's Little Farm in the Big City. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm so glad to see you. Another beautiful day here on the little farm. It is especially beautiful because the weather, it's about 75 degrees, so it's cooled off quite a bit. It has been hot, 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 and it is so glorious. I'm feeling really good, and I had a rest. I took a few days off of making reels and videos and just resting. I went to go see my grandchildren, and I took them back to school shopping for shoes and clothing, and then I went to go see my mom, and then I came home and I was exhausted. So I took a few days off just to sit and rest, and now I feel great. I feel so good, which is fabulous because we have some things to do today. Now, we are at the very end of July, and maybe by the time you see this, we'll be into August, and the end of summer is near. We are still in summer, and we still have August to get through, and August is a hot month, but there are some things we need to do at the end of July. But before we get started with all of that, I have to do something for the chicks. And I thought I'd wait until I was making a video to do this. Well, they've pretty much outgrown their plastic bin container, and now I'm getting ready to move them into a bigger space because they're getting bigger. They're growing so fast, and they are so cute. I haven't determined which ones are female or male. Hopefully no males, but hey, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Anyway, so let's get that done first. And you can see that they are outgrowing it. Beep, 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 beep. Come here. All right. Tap on here. There we go. We use this crate a lot when we go to school visits or if we have to take the animals to the vet. This crate really works very well for us. We've had it for many years, and it works well, and I also use it as a brooder once the chickens get a little bit bigger. I've seen people that have dedicated brooders on their farms, and we might consider doing something like that if we could figure out the space. But we've never hatched chicks before, and I guess we've never had the intention of doing that before. So here we are, a new frontier. Okay, if you're wondering where the chicks are, right now I have them. Pip is babysitting, or watching his kids. I shouldn't say babysitting when you're the dad. But here they are in the grass. It's okay, it's warm enough for them, and they're not as tiny as they used to be. So there's Pip, keeping an eye on his little ones. And they're enjoying themselves, eating grass and being as cute can be. Can you see them through the wire? There they are. Look how big they are. So I had some more of that sun damaged stuff that I cut back. Okay, and it's hard to do this because I keep thinking, oh, I should be weeding. I see weeds. No, I need to try to stay focused on this. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, I want to show you something. You see, look how nice the fairy garden is growing. Now, Dulce ate my climbing rose bush, but she's trying to bloom regardless. So then I planted a moonflower to grow up the trellis for right now. And I know I'll be regretting it because once my rose bush gets where it needs to be, I'll be pulling that out constantly. But I wanted you to see the fairy garden because it's so pretty this time of day. And I also wanted to point out that I got 3 fairy flowers from Mary, and I don't know what happened to them, but one is surviving and doing well. I almost feel like I want to put a cloche over it to keep it from the little duckies digging it out. But they miss this one. So thank you, Mary. This is going to be beautiful in the spring. The others got dug out and I couldn't find them anywhere, so maybe they'll come up somewhere too. So I have lavender growing in here, and oh, it's so cute. We could spend all day looking here and just sitting, couldn't we? Maybe I need to put a little bench, move that bench from over there and put it over here. See this? Move it and put it right here on the corner, so we can have a place to sit, or right here. Oh boy, ideas, ideas, I get ideas. I get ideas. All right, let's get back to work. I know, it's silly, but I'm gonna move this out of the way for right now because that's what I want to do. Alrighty. We're coming down to the mini orchard because right now the trees are fine, everything's fine, but they'll be going dormant soon, and now's a good time to trim them. And I noticed, let's see, let's look at this tree here. So you don't want to trim the ones that are going up. See how those are going up? You want to trim the ones that are going down. So I'm going to trim this and maybe these, and maybe that little one. So I need to get my trimmers and do that. She follows me everywhere. Go on now, get out of there. With this blackberry bush, it needs pruned bad, but there's a trick to it. If it has leaves of 3, that means that it's already bloomed and that I can cut it all the way back down to the ground. If it has leaves of 5, I need to leave it alone. So I'm going to go get my ladder and some zip ties, and we'll go through this and see what is what with this. Let's see, I thought I saw some that had leaves of 3. I don't know what the story is if they have leaves of 3 and leaves of 5. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 2 and this one. Okay. You go, baby bear. I'm pruning at the bottom I'm pruning the leaves that are dead. I'm pruning the leaves that I want to restrict it from growing too big. I want it to focus on fruiting and not growing. And that is why I'm pruning it. These are my beefsteak tomatoes, and I've already harvested quite a few, which is really nice. They're nice tomatoes. See, I've got all these little suckers coming. Okay. And your plants will get more sunlight if you don't have them so full. And they need that sun. Aren't that happy about holding up heavy tomatoes? We'll put that on our spring to-do list, okay? Look at these tomatoes, are super heavy. The end of July is a good time to plant as well. Now I have some seeds in water. I'm germinating them so I can plant them, and hopefully in a couple of days I can put these in the ground. I'm going to be planting some bush beans, which are, these bush beans will be the soybeans. They're the edamame that I tried to plant earlier and they didn't germinate. So I will be planting these. Now these can tolerate frost. We don't have a frost for probably the second week of October is the first frost date, possibly. I mean, you never know. But these will have plenty of time to grow. So I will be planting these probably tomorrow or the next day once they start germinating. I thought I'd give them a head start by germinating them in a plastic bag with some wet paper towel and putting them in the sun. Now there are other things you can plant this time of year too, and I thought we would go check things out at the nursery. So let's put the little birdies away and head to the nursery for a little bit. Now is the time of year that nurseries are clearing their inventory out, and it's a perfect time of year to plant your perennials. Look at all these beautiful cone flowers and all sorts of things. So I'm looking for some specific things, but it's always fun to look around and see what they have available and the price points. These items here look really good, and they were at 20% off at Lowe's. And I thought that was really nice. Let's look around and see the other things that there is to see here. Lamb's ear. Okay, look at pretty flowers. And late summer, fall is a perfect time to start planting bushes and trees I'm looking for some specific kind of bushes, so I really want to look through here real quick and see if they have anything on sale that I'm looking for. And the clearance rack was packed, and they did have some perennials, so it's really good if you want to put some annuals out to refill a basket that may have died from the heat, or take a good look and see if you can find a perennial to plant that will come up beautifully next year. So sometimes the plants are just, overcrowded and need to be separated. And a lot of people have a lot of skills with plants to bring them back to life. I saw a lot of the things at the store. I have some things in mind, and now I need to plan because I have a lot of things in the fall that I want to do. And you can see that the perennials were on sale, so that was great. Now, I have some things that I have in mind that I want to plant, but I didn't see any of those things at Lowe's, so I'll just keep my eyes open. But it's good to know that they're having good sales right now. A couple of things that I'm waiting for are some more hydrangeas because I want to do a project up front. And it's going to involve some hydrangeas, I think. But I'll wait for them to go on sale. The hydrangeas that I have in the backyard are beautiful, and I got those on sale off season, and they have recovered from being in the clearance aisle and are beautiful. And I've had them for a couple years now. So that's good. I'm going to get my garden planner out and annotate a few things like I did last time when I was weeding. I like to annotate some of the things that I see in the garden. One of the things I need to annotate in my garden journal is to not maybe start my pumpkins so soon. Maybe wait a little bit for them to grow out. Fall is a good time to plant trees and fruit trees and bushes. So that's why I'm excited about when things go on sale. What really surprises me about this time of year is that a lot of places like Lowe's and nurseries and things like that, a lot of them, they just are, oh well, the season's over. And they don't consider gardeners like me, the season is not over because I still can grow some things through fall or like you too. I mean, not just me, but, and they don't consider that when they're looking at things or bringing in plants. Like they could bring in more cabbages and things like that for people to grow in their garden, and then they don't. I am making my lunch out of my garden stuff, my big jalapeno, and I got some pepinos, cucumbers, and this beautiful tomato. Look at that. So I'm making my lunch while I talk to you about this. Okay, so we spent some time in the garden today. Looked at the garden center to see some of the things that they have available. And I have a lot of ideas in my head about next year's garden and how I think moving forward, how I'm going to do it. Some of the mistakes I made this year. So it was good to just spend some time looking around and getting some things pruned back and looking to see what's available this time of year. And then I can go ahead and proceed and make plans for next year. It's always, that's the thing about gardening, you're always looking forward. But it's good to look back to and to see some of the things that I'm going to be changing. So that is pretty exciting. So I'm going to get to my lunch, and I'm sure you want to get on with your day as well. Thank you so much for stopping by and visiting me here on Miss Annette's Little Farm in the Big City. Try to get outside today if you can. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. And I will see you next time. Bye. Love you.